Hi guys, Kim here. On the subject of suicide, I just want to tell a story, that's all. There's this girl, and she lives in the late 19th century, so around the 1890s, and she lives in this big house. She's a servant. Her name's Caitlin. During the summer, the youngest son of the house had come home from school holidays. Caitlin and the youngest son of the house had had an affair over a period of months. And Caitlin is now 5 months pregnant, and it's Christmas time. The young son again comes home from holidays, and she's approached him and told him that she's pregnant, and he denies any knowledge of it whatsoever, says it must be somebody else's. So she decides that she's going to kill herself, because she comes from a big family in the village, and she's the oldest of 8 children, and her parents are barely surviving now. So she contemplates how she's going to do this. She has a half day off on Sunday, and she's wearing a pinafore with pockets. And on the walk home to the village, she picks up stones and she places them in her pockets. And then eventually she gets to the bridge with her stones full of pockets. She jumps off the bridge and she dies. She goes to heaven, and when she gets there, she gets met by St. Peter. And St. Peter says to her, I just want to show you what could have happened if you'd just gone a little bit further. So he shows her the path that would have happened if she'd turned left. She would have met Simon, who was on a horse and who was heading off to get a boat to emigrate to America. And Simon would have taken her with him, and they would have had a whole life in America together. And if she'd gone straight ahead, she would have bumped into a little old lady she knew, who told her that her daughter and son-in-law had recently died of consumption, and the old lady was left with 4 young children to look after, and that Caitlin could move in with her and help her look after the other kids as well. If she'd turned right over the bridge, she would have bumped into her dad, and her dad would have just said, you know what, Caitlin, just come home. We'll just handle it. We'll just deal with it. It's difficult, but it can't be that much more difficult than what it is right now. I think the point of the story is that we can't always see the road ahead, but there are always choices ahead of us. Thanks for listening.